today I'll be showing you how to do the wide arm speed boost and a secret move that lets you change directions, start off combos faster, and lets you do the new left stick shot cancel. Now before we start, there's one specific move that you need to put on, and it's not even in your playmaking moves. You want to go to your scoring moves, you want to scroll down to hop jumpers, and I want you to scroll down and put on Davion Mitchell. You can see right here, you need to be under 6'5", and you need at least an 83 point shot or an 80 mid-range. So to start off, I'll just be showing a simple version of how to use the Davion Mitchell hop jumper, just for anybody who's a beginner or a casual or somebody that isn't too much into the dribbling, just to give you a way of being able to change directions or just have another move in your arsenal to get yourself open. So the way that you do this pullback is you want to move your left stick to create some like forward movement or some running momentum. Once you have some momentum, you want to hold R2 and move your right stick to the opposite ball hand. So since the ball is in my right hand, I'm moving my right stick to the left so the ball can go to my left hand. And also when you move your right stick to the left, it's more so of a hold than it is a flick. You want to kind of hold it so you could get this like pullback animation to happen. And then once that happens, you just want to take your left stick and then move it towards the left, towards the opposite ball hand. Once the ball is in that hand, you don't want to do it too early, or else you're not really gonna move in that direction for real. Now I know some of you are wondering, how did I get that burst in the earlier clips where my player kind of would like glitch out? And basically all you want to do is do what I just told you, but just do it to the other side. So the way it works, since I'm right-handed, I get the regular pullback on the right side, and on my non-dominant side, which is my left hand, I get that burst and then it does the pullback. But just to go over it one more time, I'll show it again going the other way. All you want to do is you want to move your left stick, as you can see right here, to create a little bit of forward momentum or running momentum. Once you start running, you want to take your right stick, as you can see right here, and you want to move it towards the opposite ball hand. So since I'm going to the left with the ball in my left hand, I'm holding my right stick, I'm like moving it, and it's more of a hold going towards the right to my right hand. And then you could see once the animation happens, that's when the burst happens and I get the pullback. Now another important thing to take note of when you're doing this move is you could do it like going directly to the left and like going forward, but just don't do it going backwards, or else you're gonna get a shot like that. As you guys can see in the clip, I'm showing you, you could go forward, you could go to the side and still do it, but as soon as I go backwards and try to do it, I get a shot. And also the last tip for this move is if you're on the 5v5 court, only do this move once you're past half court. And if you're on the threes court, you want to try and do this move above like the opposite hash line. As you can see right here, I'm still able to do it once I like pass the opposite hash. I'm still doing it, and it's because you're still able to shoot a regular looking jump shot. Now this is where I'll be showing you how to do the more advanced version of this move, which will be the left stick shot cancel. But before I get into it, I want to explain why this move is kind of like a good move you could add into your arsenal if you're like more of an advanced dribbler. But as a guard in this game, one thing that you'll notice is that say you do a long run and you're past your first dribble, there like you can't L2 cancel anymore. So you're kind of forced to like pause and then do your cross. You see how there's like a little pause or delay to it, depending on like what size up or escape move you have. And that second where like you have to take a little pause before you could change directions, that's enough time for a lock to be able to bump you or to be able to catch up to you and then be able to go for a pluck and to keep up with you throughout. So with this left stick shot cancel, it gives you the ability to be able to keep your sequences connected with each other. Like you could go into one sequence, do your L2 cancels, do a long run, and then be right into another combo with this left stick shot cancel without having to take that long of a pause. And the thing about this too is that once you do the left stick shot cancel, you're not restricted to only like do an escape cross going the other way. You can also just use it to do a hezi and then go same side, or you could also just get into another combination. So if you're somebody that's really good with the dribbling stuff, you could use this to like keep your flow going, so you could be able to keep dribbling around the court so you can keep your defender like basically on his toes, because you're gonna constantly be a threat and they can't tell what you're about to do. Again, for anybody that skipped through the video, all you need for this move is Davion Mitchell's hop jumper. And also in this tutorial, I have on Stephen Curry escape moves and Chris Paul hesitation, but those aren't my actual moves. I'm leaving all of my actual SIGs at the end of this video. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get the Davion Mitchell pullback animation to happen. So you want to move your left stick to get some like running momentum going with your player. Once your player has some momentum to his movement, you want to hold R2, and then you want to move your right stick to the opposite ball hand. So you can see the ball's in my right hand. I'm moving my right stick to the left. And remember, when you move your right stick, it's more so a hold, not a flick. So once you get the game to like register that you're about to do the pullback, you want to let go of both of these sticks to like slow down your player. And once you do that, you want to move your left stick towards like where the ball is. You kind of want to move your left stick towards like where the ball is, or like diagonal up to the right, to cancel out of that pullback animation. And from there, you can do any standstill move. So you're gonna see right here, once it's canceled out, I'm holding R2 and I'm gonna flick my right stick diagonal up to the left, so that now I'm gonna do my escape cross. You're gonna you see it right there. My player was about to do the pullback, it canceled it and went right into my escape cross. So now if you're having trouble doing this move, there's two things that I could recommend to help you basically perfect this move. And the first one is what I'm doing right here. You're gonna see I'm basically making the Davion Mitchell hop jumper pullback like pop up, and I'm just practicing the cancel. I'm not trying to do an escape cross, a hezi, or a size up move. I'm not trying to do any moves afterwards. I'm just practicing this right here. Let me slow it down just so you'll be able to see it in like a better speed. You're gonna see my left stick, it's kind of hard to see, but I'm already moving my player. I'm getting my forward momentum, and as I'm moving, I'm holding R2 and I'm moving my right stick to the right since the ball is in my left hand. You could see right here, the burst happens, and then as soon as I see it's happening, I let go of both of my sticks, and then I move my left stick towards the ball, like towards the left, diagonal up to the left, just to emphasize that cancel. And you see I'm not doing a move afterwards, just to practice that part of it, canceling out of the animation. And then the second thing that I can recommend is that when you're practicing the cancel, or even when you do it, you could see right here, I get the little burst, I'm about to do the hop jumper animation, and you're gonna see what I do is when I move my left stick to cancel out of it, I'm also clicking on L2 to kind of secure it. And the reason why clicking L2 kind of helps like secure the cancel is because when you click L2, it kind of puts your player at like a dead stop since you're clicking L2. Again, when you do this method, clicking L2 to cancel is just optional, but moving your left stick to cancel is mandatory. Now, it's really important that when you do this cancel, like you get your player to like kind of a standstill or a dead stop, because when you do it to your non-dominant side, like in this clip, and you get like this burst right here, your player is in a running animation. So if you do a move after this and you like time the cancel wrong, you're gonna get a running like cross or behind the back or whatever move you're trying to do. And if you're a 3 hunter, like you're trying to do an escape cross, you're trying to stay in the 3-point line and move around the screen. Now, if you're an ISOer that's trying to have an aggressive way of going to the basket, you're probably gonna love this part of the move right here. But if you're a 3 hunter, you just want to be careful of that and make sure that you're timing the cancel right. Now I'll be breaking down how to get this wide arm speed boost, and basically it's best to do it when you're running out of hesitations and hop jumpers. Now, I don't know the specific timing with hop jumpers, but I'm gonna tell you how to do it with the Kobe White hesitation and the Darius Garland hesitation. So with the Kobe White hesitation, all you wanna do is you wanna do a hesitation by holding R2 and flicking your right stick towards the ball hand. As you could see, I do it right here. And then once you do that, you want to move your left stick towards the ball hand. But the thing is, you're not just moving it with full force. You have to like move it with light pressure. Like kind of like how you know how you rhythm shoot in this game, how there's a tempo. There's a tempo with this speed boost basically. So I'm lightly moving my thumb, kind of with the hesitation, and then I get the burst, as you could see right here. And I'll even play it in full speed, and you're gonna see, just look at my left thumb the whole time, and you're gonna tell there's a difference between how my left thumb is moving and my right thumb is moving. I'm not just moving my left stick with full force. It kind of has like a light pressure to it first. I'm kind of doing it with like a rhythm or a tempo. And another thing too with the move that you'll notice with the Kobe White hesitation, it kind of like has a bounce or a hang to it. And it's kind of like, as I'm moving my left stick up, when my thumb or the stick reaches like the top of the controller or like the analog, is like kind of when I'm reaching the top of my bounce in the animation. So it's kind of like your left stick is moving in the same way as your player is as he's bouncing up from the hesitation. If I try, I could get this like 95% of the time with the Kobe White hesitation. It might be the easiest way to get this burst. And for the Darius Garland hesitation, you basically want to do the same thing. You just need to know the timing of when you move your left stick. So basically, I'm going to show you right here. I'm holding R2. I flick my right stick to get my hezi right here. You're gonna see he does the hesitation right here. So you're gonna see this is the first dribble, and then when the ball's about to hit the floor on the second dribble is when you're moving your left stick. So you're gonna kind of see when I start moving my left stick as the ball's about to hit the floor. Boom, and then I get the burst. And now I'll play it at full speed just so you could see how like I'm pairing my left stick movement with when the ball's about to hit the floor again on the second bounce. Me personally, I'm not using Darius Garland hesitation or even trying to get this burst out of it, just because for me to have to get that burst out of a second bounce is kind of crazy. And now for the last thing I want to put you guys onto is basically the Davion Mitchell step back plus a Kyrie Irving fake step back. Now, the Davion Mitchell step back was pretty like popular and people figured out about it last year in 21 because this step back creates a lot of space. But we're gonna use this to set up another move. So basically, the way that you do this step back is you wanna move your left stick diagonally. This is very important. When you're doing a step back, you wanna try and move diagonally up to the left. Once you do that, you wanna hold R2 and move your right stick down. And look, this is like a hold, not a flick. This is like more so of a hold. And then once you get the animation, you want to release your right stick wherever you want to release the shot. So now let's say you set your defender up with this step back and maybe hit 2 or 3 middies. Now, if you have on Kyrie Irving step back in your playmaking moves, instead of actually doing a step back, you could do this fake step back right here and get your defender to probably jump at that fake step back and be able to go right by them, or just get them to play up a little bit. And the way you do this move is pretty simple. You just want to move your left stick, make sure you're going diagonal, and then as you're going diagonal, just flick your right stick down. It's a flick, not a hold, and you'll get this move every time. Now here are all my SIGs for those of you that watch through the whole video, and if you're interested in seeing my 2-way 5.9 PG build with Hall of Fame glove and Legend Interceptor, be sure to go check out my last video.